Hey everyone, so I just thought I would jump on quickly to kind of discuss what I think is the number one most important thing to keeping a nice, good looking display aquarium. And I thought while I kind of talk about that, I might just walk around and show you guys all the stuff, like the fish that we have for sale at the moment. Just because it's been a while, and we get asked about what we're stocking at the moment and stuff all the time. So yeah, I thought that might be a good idea. So yeah, we'll jump right into it, eh? I'm not gonna talk about the stuff that I show you probably, unless there's anything super notable. So if you have any questions, let me know. The other thing I'll just quickly mention is I turned off the air pump just so it's a bit less noise pollution for you guys, so it's easier for you to hear me. But yeah, so the number one thing is there is absolutely no substitute, unfortunately, for water changes. It doesn't really matter what exactly we're talking about, whether it's like a 20-litre betta tank in your kid's bedroom or a 6-foot peacock tank. The best way to keep it looking spick and span is just by doing water changes. So it's something we get asked about a lot, is like, how do you keep all these tanks in the shop looking nice? Basically it's just water changes, and that's it. Water changes in mature aquariums. Obviously the more mature a tank is, the more settled it's going to be, better it'll be able to deal with like excess waste and all that without building up algae. But yeah, I think there is no substitute for water changes. Like, the exact amount doesn't really matter as long as they're decent sized and regular. There's nothing in that tank. So for example, I'd do on these tanks here that we're looking at in this level, I'd probably do about 70-80% about once a week, and that is enough to keep everything looking nice and clean. This tank not so much, because it's all kicking up all this junk from, there's so many cories in here, but you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, like, so I'll jump across here. So this is obviously a big peacock and hap display tank that functions as our counter. To keep this tank looking clean, it gets probably like 75% water change every 2 or 3 days. It doesn't need that much, like, chemically or anything, but in order to keep it looking nice for you guys, obviously being in a retail space, I want it probably nicer than it needs to be. So yeah, it gets like 75-80% every week, every single week. I mean, every few days. And yeah, I mean, like, in terms of fish health, there's no real substitute. Like, people say, like, you can, so whether you can or not is debatable, but there's like the no water change systems that are quite popular, especially with like the aquascaping crowd, and like, it can be done, yes. It's not ideal. This tank I'm in the middle of redoing, so I just added the substrate and I'm just waiting for it to calm down before I do some stuff with it, so yeah. But yeah, there is no substitute for water changes. You can do the no water change systems, but in my opinion, I wouldn't bet on it. Like, it is definitely doable, but because it doesn't consider like the hormones for the fish, like keeping them happy and everything like that. And you know, you're losing out on the mechanical help that is offered by the water changes and everything like that. So yeah, I personally think that it is all you need to do, really. And that's not to say it like can't be easy. Like, for example, that peacock and hap tank I showed you just before, I don't think I've ever gravel vacked it at all. What I do is I just set the siphon to go, like, it just drains straight into the drain, and I just set it, and then I come back when it's finished, like half an hour, 45 minutes later. I come back and take it out and then just refill it. and that's all I need to do really. There's no sort of hands-on gravel vacuuming or anything like that I do, or even real hands-on work. So yeah, I mean, you can do that, and like that's what I do for basically all of them. Like none of them really get gravel vacked, but it's enough to keep it all clean. The other thing that people will like, that you can consider, is like you want to make it as easy as possible, your water change system. So like how that looks is going to vary from person to person. For me, like for example, this tank we're looking at right now, I have like a 20-litre bucket that I just got from Bunnings or something, and I just got like a real fat hose, and I just drain it, and it takes like, you know, it'll take maybe 30 seconds to fill up the bucket, and then I just refill it with the hose. So it's like minimal effort, so therefore I'm more sort of incentivized to actually do it. And I just find like stuff like that, can't really see him, oh, I might be able to see him there. But yeah, just you want to make your system, whatever system you choose, as easy as you possibly can on yourself. And yeah, those water changes, just keep doing them, and you will find you will have so much more success, and your tank will look so much cleaner. And once you're on top of it, it'll be a lot easier, if that makes sense. Like if you're doing one water change per month or whatever, that's going to be a lot more, like your tank's going to be a lot grosser and a lot more bad looking. But if you're doing it like, you know, for example, that one down there where I do one water change like every couple days, that's so easy. But the more you do it, the more you're on top of everything, and it just keeps everything looking nice basically. What are you up to, man? So yeah, I really am a big advocate of just keeping up with your water changes. Make it as easy as possible so that you actually do them, but to have a tank looking nice and being a nice display piece, there's really no substitute. It's just in the sense of like aesthetics, as well as in the fish health side of things. So yeah, that's basically all I had for you guys. I know probably there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I've never done a water change before and my fish are healthy as. Yeah, maybe, but I would definitely be doing water changes and doing them often as you can, just to keep everything healthy and keep it all aesthetically looking nice, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts about it, how often you do water changes, how much percentage wise you do, your maintenance routines, any tips you have to keeping your tanks looking nice and just like aesthetically beautiful, excuse me, would be good to hear. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, but yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.